Figured it was time for an update. There's been some interesting things going on with some of these, what I call momentum stocks. I tend to stay away from them, but I like to watch them and occasionally I trade some of them. So I have Coin, ticker COIN, Coinbase Global. If you don't have exposure to crypto, you might like to trade crypto-related stocks. Been drawing on the chart here. I see a triple bottom. Drawing some lines here. Price is broken above the Ichimoku cloud, above the downtrending 50 moving average, seen in purple here. There's not a lot of indicators on this chart because there's not a lot of chart history. We go down to a 4-hour chart, would give us a little bit more. So we've got some confusing signals here on the 4-hour chart where price broke above the indicators, then back down. Now we've broken above again. So I'm actually liking a pullback in this chart. I see an area zone of resistance here. I've drawn with this rectangle based on previous price action. We have a pin bar here and then a reaction here. Tried to break out and failed. I think cryptos are a little overextended right now, so I'm liking a pullback. The new uptrending green cloud here represents uptrending support. So I'm liking a pullback near the cloud here. The bottom of the cloud, this flat line at the bottom, represents a strong area of support at about $250. So $250. So I'm liking this area between 250 and 260. I'd be hesitant to buy right here. I think you're chasing momentum here. I like the pullback in this one. Another one you can trade crypto related is ETHE. This is Grayscale Ethereum. So basically it trades with Ethereum coin. Have a nice breakout here above the cloud. A little overextended right now. The further price pulls away from the Kijinsen line here, seen in red, and the cloud, the more overextended we are. It doesn't mean that it can't keep going. It just means that you're kind of chasing momentum and getting a little overextended there. Some others that are coin related are Marathon Digital. This is indicating the beginning of a new uptrend with this uptrending cloud. Down here is the 200 moving average. We had a nice reaction down here. That was a good buy opportunity. Looking at the history here. So we saw a big move up and then basically consolidation in this range. And now we're trying to break out again. So we've got some resistance to deal with up here at about 57.80. And right now we're at 43.40. MicroStrategy, another coin-related stock. Indicators are pointing towards an uptrend. All right, let's move on to some what I call meme stocks. Talked about a lot in social media. They can trade with high momentum once they get going. They've pretty much been getting crushed for quite some time after a huge run. Here we have FUBO. So some of these indicators are looking interesting. We're getting above our moving averages here. We have a rising Tinkinson line, and right here in red is the Kijinsen line. This is what I like to see. I like to see the Tinkinson cross going up above the Kijunsen and price above the Kijunsen. So this is just kind of a very early signal, like we saw back here. See where the moving averages crossed? We got a pretty nice rally, and then price crossed below the Tenkan-sen seen in white, and then below the Kijunsen. Here's your TK cross going down. This was a sell signal. Sometimes in consolidation areas, there's a lot of price action resistance, and we'll get some confusing signals. So right here we had a cross that basically failed, came back down. Now we're getting ready to try it again. These are pretty high risk, but if you like to trade them, this is what I look at, is for price to move above these technical indicators. Excuse me. PLTR. Read a lot of comments that this is a really good stock, but basically after a huge run, it's pretty much gone nowhere, and I just see a long area of consolidation. We have quite a bit of price action resistance areas to watch out for. Ultimately, I like to look for price to break out of this range, but after such a big run, this consolidation and testing these areas of resistance can go on for sometimes years. You never know really, but so what I like to look at with this is the area of support down here at the bottom. I've traded this a couple times. I'm not in it right now, but down here, this area of support, looks like right here we broke support and then we came back up. So this indicates good investor support for the stock. They saw an opportunity here and piled back in, came down, tested again here. So around this $20, $22 range is what I'm liking. Some of these momentum and meme stocks, as I call them, look like they're getting ready to turn back down. They could go ahead and break out from here, we don't know, but I look at a lot of charts and I'm just kind of seeing the same thing. We're still in this consolidation range, and we have these ups and downs, breakouts that fail. So I'm liking the bottom of this range. To me, if you don't get it at the bottom, then you're just chasing momentum and hoping for something to happen, and may end up getting stuck in this for quite some time as it consolidates more. Tesla's kind of done the same thing after a huge run, consolidation, sideways consolidation. I had drawn this wedge, descending wedge here. It has broken out of that. So basically, you could trade this as a breakout from that wedge, or you may want to look at this a little different and look at this as more of a consolidation rectangle here. So now we're kind of looking at something like this, and then we have our previous top, which is going to be strong resistance at about up near 900. So this is another reason I think that some of these stocks are going to turn back down, is they're just looking at this range that some of these are in, and they're testing back to testing some of these resistance areas. Let's look at NEO. NEO, kind of the same thing. A lot of consolidation, sideways consolidation after a huge run. I was looking for support at the 200 moving average, seen right here in dark blue. We broke below it and responded. this is a nice little rally here, but we really didn't break out of this consolidation thing. It was just one of the highs within this consolidation range. So sometimes we just like to kind of draw our lines, areas to look for to trade this. Oops, didn't mean to draw that one. So basically, NEO hasn't been all that strong. We're still below our Keynesian line here, seen right here in red. We're below the cloud. But if we like to get in at the bottom of this consolidation range, then we're not too far away from there. I don't really like the way this has been trading. So a lot of China stocks have been out of favor. Quantum Scape. This is one that I was shorting for a while. Could have stayed in it. I took some profits, and so we have the 50 moving average here, and price has been acting as resistance. So we like to see the price above this, and ultimately above the cloud. We're getting ready for another TK cross here. Tenkan-Sen in white, Keynesian in red. So this is another reason I say these types of stocks, these momentum stocks that had such a big run and have been basically trading down or sideways for quite some time. Another reason why I say it looks like they're getting ready to turn back down. I don't really trust this breakout, because the more I look at, the more of these stocks I look at, the more areas I see we're coming into these areas of downtrending resistance or consolidation tops. DraftKings has seen a pretty decent little breakout here. This chart has a lot of kind of a lot of mixed technicals. I see potentially a longer term head and shoulders forming. You see that? Over here is a shoulder, the head, potentially another shoulder. So this is an area of price action resistance. Its previous top here. We're coming into it now at about $64. And then the previous high at about 74. You can't make predictions about price. These are just areas to watch for. And other traders, advanced traders, hedge fund traders, whatnot, that are really into technicals, they're going to be looking at these areas. So I refer to this as high probability trading. I see a high probability of a reaction here. Doesn't mean we're going to get defeated, but I would look for a reaction. So we may see a reaction, and then we may see another strong push up as traders that want to get in see the pullback as an opportunity. It all depends a lot of times if the stock has had enough time to consolidate and put this kind of stuff in the rearview mirror far enough back where we really don't care about it anymore. So one more reason I'm saying this group of stocks just looks like it's things are ready to roll over again. I don't trust this rally quite yet. I'm very, very cautious about this kind of thing because I have learned a lot of lessons the hard way trading these kind of things. Clover Health, CLOV. I started watching this after this big spike here. Basically, we bled off. We're coming back down to what I see as sort of a support area here. Had a reaction here. A lot of price action. A lot of price action in here. It's kind of a resistance area. We have a thick downtrending cloud. Some downtrending indicators here. High probability this is going to continue to pull back and consolidate. There's not a lot of chart history with this. It's apparently a fairly new ticker. Let's see, what's this one? CRSR. Corsair Gaming. Don't like that chart. NNDM. Nano Dimension. Not liking that chart. See, we've seen a response here. So this could be considered a support area now. It's beginning to form sort of a double bottom here, but it's only a bottom until it's not. So we may see, I'm seeing a lot of downtrending indicators. We may see a reaction here, push back down, ultimately possibly even break this support area. Let's see, when I look at the long-term picture of this chart, I really don't like the way this trades. It's just been a long downtrend. Reaction to the COVID crash and oversold area. We were getting oversold even before the COVID crash here. Then we got way oversold. So this bounce, things capture the attention of momentum traders. So I'm not liking this chart. Very high risk trading this kind of stuff. AMC. I'm sort of an AMC hater, to tell you the truth. I haven't been trading this. I'm busy with work and don't have time to sit in front of a computer and trade these things. So, but I do like to analyze them. So I'm seeing this descending channel here that I've drawn, and I think we're reacting to the top of this channel. I see I've drawn an area of resistance here based on the TK cross going down. Right here was the sell signal when price fell below the Tinkinson line and crossed below the Kijinson line. This could just be another high within a longer term downtrend. More time for this stock to consolidate, shake out sellers before it might do something. The 200 moving average is way down here, and my bias is leaning towards we're going to get there. If we move back down to the bottom of this channel, 200 moving average comes into play. A lot of times with a huge move like this, we'll shake off 50 to 70, 75% of these gains before taking off again, and we haven't really done that yet. We got a little close here, so it's another reason I'm saying that these stocks look like they're ready to turn back down, or we could see a huge breakout. They're trying. Kodak, I really don't like this stock. Still under downtrending pressure. Rail, I started watching this stock. Freight Car America, not doing all that well. Long term, really don't like this chart. I like to look for longer term investment opportunities in stocks that have nice rising uptrends, something like Honeywell here. Okay, want something to invest in, look at the long-term trend. This is all the way back to 2009. COVID crash was a great opportunity. Alright, let's get back on track here with our momentum stocks. BlackBerry trying to break out. We now have a rising 200 moving average. We've broken into the cloud. We've gotten above all of these moving averages, gotten above the Kijinsen line, uptrending Tenkan-sen. We've pulled right back to this area. If you like to trade this kind of thing, this would be a good place to get in and look for price to stay above the Kijinsen line here. You can add the Ichimoku Indicator to your charts in a lot of premium web premium Windows-based platforms, or even some online charts, or also my Webull app has I can add the Ichimoku Indicator. The charts aren't quite as good as the Schwab platform here, but so these are the kind of signals I look for to trade these. If you want to trade these, look for price to stay above the Kijinsen and basically follow an uptrending Tenkan-sen line. Excuse me. We've got kind of a lot of previous price action resistance, okay? So this is one right here. See the price action, the previous tops right here. So we're sort of testing one right now. We've got another one here with these this area here. These aren't real strong price action resistance areas, but basically everything below the climax top here, any of these areas can begin to act as resistance. Flat lines in the cloud here. See how these flat lines align with this little one over here? This is sort of an area to watch that aligns with our pin bar here, and some big red candles over here that reacted right to that area again and then ultimately failed. So about 1410. BNGO, we're still under downtrending pressure. Tenkan-sen and Kijinsen are about to cross. Seeing a lot of red flags here with these downtrending indicators, so I'm not liking that. Tilray continues to be weak. Downtrending indicators. Roblox. I like this area of support down here that I drew quite some time ago. We have another one that's formed right in here at about $75, $76. Truck stock kind of trades sideways. We took a jump up and now we're going sideways again. Look for buy opportunities at the bottom of these ranges here. We have kind of a new sideways range that's formed right in here based on these previous tops. Gotten above it, now it's acting as support. You see these long pin bars here where we react and go back up. SOS. This thing gets mentioned a lot in social media. These things sure took a big, fast momentum climax, and then have just been burning off. So, I mean, you want to get in this and wait for something like that to happen. It's you're just tying up your investment capital. You got your hands tied, waiting in these things for something to happen. I'm not a fan of that. Of course, it's your money. You can do what you want, but these consolidation ranges have been going on for a little while. They could be getting ready to do something. These technical patterns take time to iron themselves out, basically overcome these downtrending indicators, and and have a wide open area to run. Genius Brands, TK Cross, downtrending cloud. We're kind of between uptrending indicators and downtrending indicators on this one as well. I actually own some of this. I put some away for my kids and I. Got in quite some time ago down here. I saw this double bottom. Got in there. I think the company's mildly interesting. See what happens. I don't take a lot of risk with these things. It's just probably less than 0.1% of my portfolio. Ideanomics. Nice reaction down here, and decent move up from $2 to $2.50. So that's what, 25% move. Coming back into downtrending pressure here. Just one more signal as I look at more and more of these charts that I'm not trusting this rally. So I think going into next week, within the next week or two, we're going to see what's going to become of this momentum and meme stock rally. Gevo, seen some pretty strong moves. We've got a newly formed uptrending indicator here. Long trend descending wedge I've drawn here. We're testing the top of it. We've got downtrending Ichimoku cloud. 200 moving average here. So yeah, as I say with these big moves, I look for basically about 50% of it to burn off. You might consider this 50% unless you want to come look way down here. This is just extremely oversold down here. 50, 60 cents. Wow. Yeah, so these things just moved up, took such a move so fast that it just takes time to recover from this. New traders that come in get discouraged, or more and more selling pressure. Technical traders are looking at this range, buying at the bottom and selling at the top. So we'll see which way this goes. Robinhood, not enough chart history for me to have a cloud here. We can go down to the 4-hour chart. We're beginning to see, this is the beginning of a cloud forming, and just not enough chart information for Ichimoku cloud to take shape, since it looks at since it's produced in a forward time increment here. So let's see, we'll come down to the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart's not looking too hot. Basically, this thing has been in a downtrend. Tried to recover here, so for short swing trades, you can trade the TK cross on a 30-minute chart. It's just a lot less reliable than the higher time frames. But for shorter term swing trades, it can work. Plug power. So I like to do multiple time frame analysis sometimes too, to look for opportunities to get in. So I'll start with the daily chart and see what the overall trend or support areas are. I see kind of a support area here at about $24, $25. Nice reaction down here. Still below a lot of downtrending indicators here. Trying to cross. So then we can go to a 4-hour chart. We've had our TK cross on the 4-hour chart. But we're also reacting to this downtrending cloud, it looks like now. And we've traded below the Tinkinson. Some selling pressure Friday, basically going into 3-day weekend. So Monday, if we see another green candle on Monday, this could indicate this is trying to break out. Yeah, really, I like to see price above the cloud. See what happened down here? We broke above the cloud, above all of our indicators, and we got a nice rally. I think we're just still haven't burned off enough of these gains to produce another rally quite like that. A long-term picture of this stock, I don't know. It's just we kind of reacted to a previous high area here. In my opinion, the stock's kind of topped out here. I don't see it. I really don't see it exceeding that top anytime soon, unless some things change majorly with the fundamentals or whatever. Sundial continues selling pressure, consolidation. Trying to cross here. Still a lot of downtrending technicals to deal with here. Charge point saw a pretty strong move. Reacted right here to the Keynesian line. A lot of downtrending indicators to deal with here. I do like this area of support down here. Look how many times we've reacted down in here. Over here we got close. So this is where you look to get in down here around $20. Blockchain, this looks interesting. We've broken out of this descending channel I've drawn here. I can get rid of that. We've got uptrending 200 moving average here where we've responded 1, 2, 3, 4 times, working on our 4th time here. We're moved up above the cloud. We've got TK cross here, cross back down, now back up. We're getting a little bit of mixed signals here. I think cryptos are a little overextended right now, so I'm actually looking for a pullback. It looks like this chart's kind of pricing in that pullback already. So I'm liking the 200 moving average for entry point. The flat area at the bottom of the cloud here is indicating a support area. New uptrending green cloud. I'm liking this chart better than a lot of the others I looked at. Fuel cell still continues to see weakness. ZOM started looking interesting. We made a pretty strong move up here. I'm not liking these long wicks on the candles here. Big move here and then sell off. Kind of some conflicting technicals here. We've had a pretty sharp TK cross, but now we're trading back down below our indicators. You have to really look to see them here, but we have the Keynesian line right here, which tends to flatten out in areas. Keynesian line here, price is now below it. Rising Tinkinson, TK cross going up, price is below that as well. And just looks like we've reacted to this downtrending cloud. We have a downtrending 100 moving average here. Downtrending 50 moving average. Just looking like a failed breakout to me. Gamestop. A pretty nice big green candle here. But I'm still seeing basically a consolidation range here. The stock basically hasn't gone anywhere. You can look again at the bottom of the range here. You see the bottom of all this price action down here, down there 150, near 150 or below if you can get in down there if you're interested, but I'm not interested in trading this. Look how much look how much it's up compared to its regular trend. I mean, do we really expect it to stay up here? This was a short squeeze. It's really not based on fundamentals. Let's look at the metrics. It's rated as underperformed by Schwab Equity Rating. Forward PE is negative 381. They had some earnings per share growth of 75%. Annual sales growth is negative 10%. Book value per share is $13, $13.61. So to me, it's undeserving of this valuation. I feel it's only a matter of time before it'll fail. I think a breakdown below this 200 moving average, and if we start to get more of a downtrending cloud, this thing's going to be in trouble. Virgin Galactic. Traded this. I got a pretty decent trade out of this based on this TK cross back here. Got out. TK cross going down right here. Technicals are indicating continued downtrending pressure. We may be trying to find an area of support here where we're reacting right here. Let's see what we got. We've got a previous little peak here, this over here. So this is what I look at as just previous price action. Let's look at where we are now, put our cursor and see what we've got. The previous top here, here. The area looks interesting, but I just don't think it's strong enough. Price is doing okay at holding the 200 moving average. Then a big crash below, big rally back up. We're definitely not holding the 200 moving average here. It's kind of a technical hot mess, really, this chart is. It's more of a gamble. Okay, I'm about ready to end this here. Let's just look at some of my, these are my top picks. Some of them are momentum mean stocks. Some of them are good investment grade stocks. Some of these I'm in, like Pulte Home here. Seen a pretty big move and now some consolidation. Looking for this to hold the 200 moving average. Airlines have been getting pummeled, huh? Everybody was jumping on airlines after the COVID crash, but I stayed away from them. I don't like the way the long-term charts look. Delta Airlines here had a pretty big run. I was actually trading this back when here. Haven't been interested since for a while here. Honeywell is one that I hold. It's not a fast momentum stock. It's just something that's 10-year chart here. It's just been in a general rising trend for a long time. So I look for opportunities. I look for pullbacks to the near the 200 moving average, where I draw trend lines over a long term. Right now we're sort of at the top of a rising channel, you might say. Alibaba has been interesting. This is one that I've been holding for over a year. Had some nice profits. I bought it at the COVID crash, had some nice profits, basically lost all those profits. It's part of a large diversified portfolio, so the losses really aren't bothering me. It's just a company I like, and I just continue to hold it. Basically, from a trading standpoint, probably would have sold this a long time ago. Price fell below the 200 moving average, and now we're below all moving averages here. Trying to cross back up here. Caterpillar's had a nice run. I think it's way overextended. I think I don't buy them up here. I like the stock. I've held it in the past, but I'm not in it now. But I'm liking these. I would draw a rising channel based on these lows, based on the highs, and we're at the top of that channel now. So I'm liking a pullback. It's going to take time. Could continue to run. Sometimes these things like Amazon, I sold Amazon too soon. I've been looking for a pullback, and it just hasn't happened. Same with Nvidia. Let's see, where's Amazon? Yeah. So I'd like to see a pullback near this rising trend line here. And we're actually consolidating enough that we're sort of approaching it here. The 200 moving average is a good place to get in. So basically we saw a big run, and now we're just been consolidating. Long period of consolidation. So I look for opportunities of temporary weakness. Some news about, COVID's winding down, fewer people are shopping on Amazon. This thing takes a big dump down here now, around 3,000 or so, near this rising trend line. That's when I look to get in. Apache Oil was interesting to me for a while. I took a trade on this in a COVID crash. Got out somewhere around here on this TK cross, but then we went back up. If you look at the long-term trend on this, don't like this chart. Just been in a long-term descending channel here. Way oversold, reaction, back up into that range, our normal downtrending range here, and reacting back down now. So I steer clear of that one. I like Boeing. I'm in Boeing. It hasn't performed well. I think it's one of those temporary weakness opportunities, really. 10-year chart. I have a rising channel here with we've seen some way overextended here, way oversold. Kind of reacted to the bottom of this channel and trending back down. So I'm just being patient. I like the company, continue to hold it. Temporary weakness opportunity? I think so. Let's see, anything else? Costco. Really like this stock. It's another one I own. It's looking overbought right now. Let's see. Yeah. Wow, we really exceeded the top of this rising channel here. I haven't drawn a line, but you can just picture it. Draw a line with your eye. And we're a little overextended here, so it's not where I look to get in, but I just continue to hold it. So I look to get in during times of temporary weakness, like I said, pull back. CSX, part of my diversified portfolio, a little bit of transportation stock. We're pulling back near the 200 moving average. Chart is not super interesting, but the long term, we kind of have some wild price swings, but long term we're in a nice rising trend. So I continue to hold that. I don't pay too much attention to daily price action. Just look at the long-term picture and check on the fundamentals once in a while. Cintas Group's another one I'm in. Pretty good company. Nice 10-year rising trend. COVID crash was a great opportunity. I snatched all these up during the COVID crash. So I got a good price point, I think. I just hold them. Disney has been seeing some weakness, consolidation after a pretty big run here. Well, there was some news about their television media content boosting their sales. Moving back, we're pulled back to the 200 moving average here. Kind of liking this. I'm not adding more. I have enough already. 10-year chart. Long period of consolidation here. Move back up to sort of the top of a range here. This was a nice steep trend. Trend is too steep. Sometimes it can't be maintained. Needs to consolidate for quite some time. Sort of like what we're seeing in Tesla and NIO and some of those others. Facebook, another one I hold. I just continue to hold it. A little overextended here based on the top of a rising channel. No reason to sell this one. General Motors has taken a bit of a hit. This was looking overextended to me, so let's see, 10-year chart. Yeah, look at this rally out of COVID here. That is a huge move. So you can expect some profit taking and a pullback. This chart is not really in a long-term rising trend. It's just kind of been in a, it just sort of trades in a range here. And I think we're pretty overextended here. Generac, this is one I took profits on way too soon. I sold it because I just felt it was up too much too fast. Let's look at a 10-year. Yeah, look at how steep this trend is. I think it's due for a pretty sizable pullback or at least some consolidation, but so I sold this a few months ago right in here. Let's see, we had like a TK cross here. Or actually we traded below the cloud here. I can't remember where I sold it. It may have been down here when we broke below the cloud. But yet it kept going. So it just goes to prove you cannot predict price action. Just follow the trend and look at your ranges. So I don't chase these things. So I've taken my profits and moved on. I'll watch it for a new opportunity when it arises. Google's been amazing. Continue to hold that. Home Depot's been a little stagnant. Consolidation. Still a good long-term company to hold. 10-year trend. These are the kind of charts I look for in my investments. These nice long-term rising trends. All right, we're getting a little bit long here, so that's it for now. Hope that helps.